Call to order the Canton Local Board of Education regular meeting Monday, October 21st, 2024. Would you stand for the pledge of allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Schatzel, will you call the roll?
Dr. Knoll?
Here.
Brown?
Here.
Mr. Knight?
Here.
Mr. Kowalski?
Here.
Ms. Davis?
Here.
I get a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second.
Any questions or concerns? Mr. Schatzel, call the roll.
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Knight?
Aye.
Ms. Brown?
Aye.
Dr. Knoll?
Aye.
Mr. Kowalski?
Aye. I'll make a motion to accept the minutes of the regular meeting, September 16th, 2024, and the special meeting, September 23rd, 2024, as written.
I'll second.
Any questions or concerns?
Just one note, on the minutes, on the special meeting, the page number, in the copies that you have shows 44, it should be 48. We'll make that change for the official record, for the minutes that are signed.
Mr. Schatz, will you call the roll?
Mr. Kowalski?
Aye.
Dr. Knoll?
Aye.
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Knight?
Aye.
Ms. Brown?
Aye.
Moving on to the school report.
Well, I think for the school report, we just did about an hour and 15 minutes worth, but we are gonna get to do, this is actually one of my favorite parts of the night, and we're gonna introduce our Wildcats of the Month, who are here with us, and take a moment to honor them. These are our September and October Wildcats of the Month, and I have to tell you, this is honestly one of my favorite parts of the job, is getting a chance to do this. And what's super cool is, now that this is year 4 for me, I've had a chance to see these kids as freshmen when they first came in, and when, now growing up to be seniors is pretty cool. And one of the things I will say that I'm really, really proud of, you heard a lot of talk by the building principals about the changing of the culture and the changing of the culture. And a lot of times we like to think we're in charge of the school. Mrs. Moore's back there as a teacher, she likes to think we're in charge. The reality is, it's our kids that really help set the culture. And we have a total of 6 of them in here, and I'm sure that we have 4 right now that are truly leaders in helping set that culture. So I just want to take a moment and introduce them. I'm going to go by whichever order your folder is in right here with everything, and we'll have you come forward. So we'll get it all ready to go. And Abigail, Brian, Abby. I think we have Abigail's and Maddie's. Well, come on up here, but we really go from there. So Abby, you get a T-shirt, and you get. Thank you. You didn't tell you have to stand up so I read things about you. There you go. So this is Abigail Bryan. She has been in numerous activities. She's been in drama for 4 years. She has been in Tri-M, which is our honor society for the thespians and the secretary and the president for 3 years. She's been a thespian society member for 3 years, National Honor Society for 1 year, National Technical Honor Society for a year. She is the class secretary. She has been a member of 6-man mentoring for 1 year. She's done basketball, track, soccer. She's been in Sounds of South, which is our show choir, for 3 years. If I'm correct, you were going to be playing the lead part of Belle coming up here in just a little bit. So in a couple weeks, you'll get an opportunity to see her there as well. Her parents are Robert and Danielle Bryan. After graduation, plans on attending the University of Mount Union for exercise science and occupational therapy. And then if you could answer any of the 3 of the following questions. So, what is the best thing about being a teen? The best thing about being a teenager is not having to choose one path yet. I don't have to stick to one thing. I'm able to participate in many different activities. What's the most important part of school? Abby said the most important part of school is learning the things that are going to help shape you into the person that you will become for the rest of your life. And what is the coolest thing that's ever happened in school? And she said the coolest thing that ever happened in school was when Sounds of South was able to perform at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, Tennessee last year. So, guys, if you could please join me in congratulating one of our successful All right. Now, kind of luck of the draw, see who comes up next. Don't know yet, drum roll. Well, I'm looking at each other saying, I like it. All right, up next, we have Gracie Haddad. Come on up, Gracie. Sure. All right, so this is Gracie Haddad. She has been in student leadership for 4 years. She's been a class president for 4 years, a member of the Altman Ambassadors for 4 years, National Honor Society for 2 years, National Technical Honor Society for 2 years. She is a varsity track athlete, varsity soccer athlete of both of these for 4 years, including being a team captain for 2 of those years. And if I'm correct, her and Maddie have a chance to represent us tomorrow night against Poland. They just won their first round game over the weekend or last week, and now they're at Poland tomorrow night. Which if they knock them off with the number 2 seed, we've got it ready to go. All right. And varsity softball for 1 year as well. She's been a 2-year member of our graphic design program, which they do amazing work. You see some of the signs out around the building here. Community involvement. She's ran youth sports camps, running track meets for the middle school, homecoming setup, stadium cleanups. Her parents are Cindy Haddad and Jared Haddad. After graduation, she plans to go to college for architecture. Have you got it narrowed down yet, Ted?
Canton, Cincinnati.
All right. Yeah, I get Cincinnati. So she gets to answer 3 questions as well. And by the way, they have a choice of questions to answer. So if you're wondering why they're different, each kid gets to choose. So hers would be, what hashtag would you summarize your high school experience? And she said, hashtag it went by so quick, which I'm sure your parents are shaking their head yes as well. What's the best thing about being a teen? Not having to worry about all the responsibilities of life. And what is the most important part of school? And she said, finding something you're passionate about. So please join me in congratulating September 28th. All right. Next, Abigail Moore. Abby, come on up. And as Abby comes up here as well, and we're going to mention this, but she is a member of our league championship tennis team. Has been awesome for 3 or 4 years, correct? League championship, fantastic. So Abby has been a member of 4-H for 6 years, been on the junior fair board for 4 years, the Stark County Equine academic team for 4 years. In sports, as we just mentioned, she has been a member of the tennis team, league champion tennis team, I'll say it again. Her fine arts, she has taken AP photography. She's been an active member of Peace Lutheran Church. Her parents are Michael and Andrea Moore. After graduation, she plans to attend college and pursue a career in medicine. Have you narrowed it down yet? Not exactly, okay. Very fair, very fair. If you could pick, answer the 3 questions. If you could sit on a park bench for an hour with anyone, who would it be? And you said Jesus, great answer. What is the most important part of school? Learning how to balance schoolwork with other activities. And what is the coolest thing that's ever happened at school? And she said, having my mom as a teacher for 2 years, which I agree is pretty cool. Awesome. Would you please join me in congratulating Abby? Maddie, come on up. This is Madison Bile, or Maddie. Yes. So Maddie has been a Wildcat Christian athlete for 4 years, a member of Tri-M for 3 years, Thespian Society for 3 years, Student Leadership for 3 years, National Honor Society for 1 year. Again, like Gracie, she's a member of the girls soccer team. And I will say this as well, when you don't always see her up on stage, she's always a part of all the musicals, helping, working, doing all sorts of stuff behind the scenes that, trust me, it takes everybody to make those happen. And kind of the producer, I would say, when they're there ready to go. She's been involved in setting up flags for veterans, helping with Safety World, volunteering for active shooter training for the fire station, helping with Little Cats Soccer Club, and organized folders and paperwork for the non-profit organization Hammer and Nails. Her parents are Greg and Laura Bile. After graduation, she plans on attending college to become a nurse. I gotta ask you the same thing. Not yet? Fair enough. All right, her 3 questions. What is the best thing about being a teen? She said the best thing about being a teen is not knowing what's going to come next. There are so many paths that you can take and so many opportunities for you. What's the most important part of school? And she said the most important part of school is to make sure you always have all your work done and make strong connections with the people around you, because some of these connections will last a lifetime. And if your high school experience had a theme song, what would it be? I will survive. Congratulations. To the families that are here, I mean this when I tell you, I think you know you have wonderful kids, but you truly have wonderful, wonderful kids who really have helped to change the culture and shape the culture here at Canton Local. You guys, thanks for being you. Thanks for being positive leaders. While you are all welcome to stay, and Mr. Schatzel's financial report is going to be riveting, if you would like to go home with us one time, you're also welcome to leave as well. So thank you for being here, and I'm sorry for the delay as we got started, okay? Thanks, guys. Congratulations. Good luck, soccer, with everything as well. Come on.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
We have a hearing of the public.
I did not have anything turned in to speak, no.
Moving on to the treasurer's report.
All right, as Mr. Yeagley said, it's very busy this month. Just a couple of things on here. Item A1, September 2024 invoices, exhibit TA1, checks for September totaling $1,380,062.40. Item 2 is exhibit TA2, the financial report. So exhibit TA2, our reconciliation ended the month in total for all funds reconciled balance of $25,658,987.88. That's page 1 of the report, shows all the deposit accounts and our investment accounts. Page 2 and 3 is a listing of each of our individual funds, with the grand total matching the reconciled amount on there. Page 4 is a listing of all of our investments, ranging maturity from as early as this month all the way through the end of August of 2029. We try to ladder those out so they mature as we need them. So the grand total of all of our securities invested is $12,719,584. And then the last page of exhibit TA2 is comparisons through the end of September 2024 compared to last year, and then our estimates compared to our actual. We're really falling in line with our estimates at this point. Not really anything out of the ordinary. Our real estate collections in total were within about $2,000 of our estimates. I know we had a positive amount in real estate, a little bit less in public utilities, but in total it was about $2,000 difference. So state aid, we're trending a little bit higher than estimates, but we don't have the final reconciliation by the state. That'll come in. They have different dates for different things. Enrollment will be updated in the October number 2 payment. And then some of the other factors that are impacting the foundation formula get updated in December and then again in January. So it is a moving target for our foundation funding. We really won't know what that final dollar amount is until all those factors are updated, I think, the January number 2 payment. So, but right now, we're in good shape. So that's exhibit TA2. I recommend that for approval. And then the last thing, gifts and donations, exhibit TA3. We had 2 donations to 6-Man Mentoring from anonymous donors for $200. Mark and Heather Schaefer, correction there, it's Heather Schaefer, donation to boys soccer, $200. And then Jeffrey and Joanne Hill, class of 1974, donation to graphics throughout the high school, $100 to the class of 1974. I'm very appreciative of those, and I recommend we accept the donations listed.
Do you hear any updates, Jason, about the real estate things that we challenged?
Not at this point. Actually, one of them, we did have Board of Revision did issue a decision. We looked to appeal that through the Court of Common Pleas. It's up in the air whether or not we're able to challenge that or not. But the Board of Revision came back somewhere in between what the owner stated the value was and what we stated that we thought the value should be, which was the sale price. A sale price usually sets the value of a property. They brought in an appraisal that had a lower amount, so we have appealed that. But we are going to see some increased amount of collections for the 2 of the 3 properties that we challenged. So those are good. And then the other property being the corner property here, that one is going to be tough to
sale of, the Walker property. Any updates on that?
I think we're finally in a position to move forward with the sale to the township. At this point, with it being late October, tough time to get it out there and get it sold before snow starts flying. So it's, the remainder we'll probably look to put up for sale and do an auction in the spring. But I think we finally have the lot split completed as required by the health department, regional planning. There's just a lot of steps that go into it. And this was a non-traditional split because we didn't go in and just split our property into two pieces that we're going to keep. We had to do the split to where part of the split is going to the township immediately, and the other part we get to keep, which is not traditionally how it's done. And there were some additional steps that had to be done, some legal processes that had to happen, so. Unfortunately, it's taken way longer than anybody had hoped, but I think there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Good.
And I do think, listen, I am glad we were able to be good neighbors and partner with the township. At the end of the day, I think this is better. But I think if you talk to the township or you talk to us, they would all say, this took way, way longer than what we ever anticipated. But at the end of the day, it's gonna get done the way we wanted, and we'll be able to get that property up for sale in the spring.
Perfect.
Can I get a motion to approve item A, 1, 2, and 3?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Any questions or concerns? Mr. Schatz, will you call the roll?
Ms. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Podolsky?
Aye.
Dr. Knoll?
Aye.
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Knight?
Aye.
Okay, communications.
Yep, so I am excited to now introduce to you we have our student reps from the board who are gonna be with us here all year. And again, just like I was talking about our young people that are walking this month, these are two leaders within our school. We're really excited to have them with us. Drew Keener and Marissa Zielinski. I don't know, Mrs. Gerhardt, anything you wanted, I didn't mean to put you on the
No,
spot.
not at all. No, they're both great kids. We met this morning, so they have some things that they wanna share with you guys, and I'm glad that they're both here.
Perfect, so hey guys, this is how it's gonna get started. Each time, when we get to communications, I'm gonna turn it directly over to you, and you guys get to share out with the board, okay? Awesome, thanks.
Okay, so what the school started implementing was reward tickets and Wildcat of the Week. This looks directly into the classroom. So reward tickets are given to the students who do good on their homework or they do something that the teacher notices. You get little tickets, and at the end of the week on Fridays, you can go in and you can get there's gift cards, there's sweets, candies, stuff like that to reward the kid for doing so good during the week. There's also Wildcat of the Week, so this is handpicked by the teacher. So you get a little certificate, but this also calls home too. So you're also getting the reward, but you're also getting a call home, which looks good because usually if you're getting a call from the school, it doesn't always look too good. So now we're trying to get a little bit of a more positive outlook from getting a call from the school. So.
And in tandem with that, the shop where you get the gift cards, candy and whatnot, is in the student center. And in the student center every day there's activities like board games, video games, crafts for the football teams, and it's for students to get to know one another and get out of the classroom for a little bit to meet people, talk to people, and maybe get out of the shell that they're hiding in, or just grow a connection with someone.
Another topic we want to discuss is homecoming. Homecoming was a blast this year. I think everyone I've talked to had such a great time. 398 students attended with a cap of 400, so we had a really good outcome this year. A photo booth was added last year, but it was also back this year, which the students loved. Every time I looked at this, there was always a line to go into the photo booth. So that was very nice. Also a group of students came together and kind of worked on a playlist a little bit, because usually with homecoming you can sometimes have some music that some people aren't fans of. So that was also added, which I think all the students had a great time at homecoming. So that was very nice.
And touching on, getting out of the classroom a little bit, students are now allowed to, during their lunch periods, go sit out on the benches, where the buses pick people up. There's the benches, and you're allowed to go sit out there during lunch. It's, again, more of a break from being indoor, allowing students to fresh air, and hopefully allow people to feel more focused, refreshed before heading back into their routine for the rest of the day. And
There's one more, the
Okay.
girls tennis team, they got the NET champs for the past 3 years. So this year they won that again, and then they got tournament champs, they're in a league called the NET, so they won that league, and they also won overall champions. So the girls tennis team had a great season this year too, so.
There's one part you forgot. Who won Player of the Year?
I think the girls said it.
Congratulations to the Player of the Year is well in order. And so, absolutely. And that doesn't speak to her humbleness, you know, with that. So, and just so you guys know, with that, we're going to be bringing in the girls tennis team at our November board meeting, as well as our boys soccer team, letting everything kind of play out there a little bit. And hopefully we're bringing a couple runners in that I'll talk about in a second. Anything else for you guys?
I think that is all.
Great. What a great job.
Good job.
Awesome
Thank
job.
you.
Great
Excellent,
job.
excellent. So I just, you know, I'm gonna build on that with everything right now. So on my thing here, I had about our girls tennis team. Also wanna tell you again, our boys soccer team just set the school record for wins in a season. We lost a tough one, on Saturday night. It stings. We opened up with, Youngstown Ursuline in the opening match, lost a tough one, 2-1. But we just had another great year. We were this close to winning the league title in soccer. Nathan Schaefer set the school record for saves. Marissa also, when we go back to tennis, 75 career victories overall. So again, just fantastic all the way around. In running, Logan Howard and Braden Piper just qualified for the regional meet, and our boys team finished 7th, and they take the top 6. Here's one of the things that stinks. I love that we have multi-sport athletes working together. What stinks a little bit is because we have multi-sport athletes working together, a couple of our soccer players were not able to run because they had that huge tournament game that night. It might have been the difference between whether or not we had our boys team make it to regional. But Logan Howard made it 2nd overall. A couple other things, guys, just some great events. Reading Under the Lights was fantastic. Love to see the turnout that we had. I know a lot of you guys were there being around. It was so cool to see our families, kids reading, being engaged. Really enjoyed that. Want to just give a shout out to our elementary staff, our elementary principals, Karen Vrabik, who's not here right now, but just the work that she does to put those on. Our October Professional Development Day, Jamie's starting to get the feedback back in from that. It's been outstanding. And for those of you that work in education, or if just within your own sector, you know sometimes leadership retreats or professional development days are not the most received. The feedback we're receiving is awesome, but it's because Jamie sat and talked to our teachers, talked to our principals, what do you need, and made it happen. And so she's not in here right now, but I want to make sure I say that to all of you guys as well. We do have our waiver day on Friday coming up this week. So you guys get the day off. Awesome for you. Our staff's going to be in here though again. This is building-led days. And so like at the elementary school, they are going to be working on doing more conferences to get, some parents work evenings. This is an opportunity to get them in during the day. Going to do that. Our middle school is going to be working on a lot of data. There's also training coming for our paraprofessionals, building level by building level. Secretaries always have work to do within there. Custodians, they get a day without kids to really make the place shine. We're also bringing in the county fingerprinting system because all staff members now have to be enrolled in a thing called the Rat Back program. And it's requiring everybody to get fingerprinted again. Not everybody, but about, what do we have, about 63 staff members. So instead of making them go back up to the county, we're bringing them down to us. So lots of things happening. High school's gonna be working on, as crazy as it sounds, what classes are we offering for next year? Because that process starts now. So just know that needs coming up. A few other things, really, really excited. We talked about it with Abby Bryan being in here, but Beauty and the Beast, you're gonna see we're asking for permission to do a Sunday show again like we normally do, but cannot wait. We're even on Saturday gonna have a lunch with Belle and the guest, or be our guest luncheon prior to the show. 2 shows on Saturday. Almost come to Washington Wizards. We probably draw a bigger crowd for an NBA team. But the Harlem Wizards, which are kind of a minor league team for the Harlem Globetrotters, they're coming back. Great family affair. We are going to have a holiday parade that we're with the township again. Lots of fun stuff. And then we do have another one of our community concerts. First Snow, they are a Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So they are a cover band of Trans-Siberian Orchestra, bringing them into the Performing Arts Center again. Really excited about that. And again, just what can we do to invite our community in and have them be a part of Canton local schools? So just lots of really neat things going on, and I think that's the end of our communication, and
Have our ticket sales increased with the Globetrotters?
not yet, but we're a late arriving crowd, so.
Okay.
We say we're like an LA, Miami crowd, we show up late, ready to go there with everything, but we're getting there, and we're gonna keep
Okay.
promoting it out.
Okay.
Now, once that finds out, our kids find out that I'm playing in the game,
Yeah.
I think that's really gonna drive up the crowd, and I just hope I don't end up like Dr. Noel with a meniscus surgery or something afterwards, with everything, so. All right, keep rolling?
Keep rolling.
Okay, so for personnel, guys, item A, and we will be able to take items A, 1, 2, 3 for a vote after we do this. Ricky Webster, resigning a paraprofessional job. Ricky had an opportunity to get a full-time job working at the Stark County Sheriff's Office, so excited for him, good for him. When you look down through employment, Cody Edwards, Christine, Jennifer White, Josh Curran, those are all supplementals that have just kind of been filled as we start the year. Melanie Firebond, that is a long-term sub for an elementary staff member who's gonna be out with a surgery for hopefully just a few weeks, but we'd like to pay them at that higher rate than what we normally do and lock them in at that. The next one down, you'll see Megan Harms. Megan is Andy Harms' daughter. She is a junior at Bowling Green State University, going for education. When she's back on break and at the end of the year, we'd like to approve her as one of those non-degreed subs. We've done this in the past. If there's someone we feel good with, that she can be called into sub, it would be as an as-needed basis at the regular sub level. So we'd like to approve her with that. The next one, Patty Stryker, we'd like to just get on the sub list for paraprofessional secretary. Same thing there with Erica Lawson. Scott McDonald is a student worker as part of our student work program that we've done other times. They're paid at that rate of, I believe, $10 an hour, and they do work around the school for CBI-based work credits, sometimes at the middle school, sometimes over here. Jennifer Strebel, substitute cafeteria worker. Robin Swinehart, substitute cafeteria worker. Again, get them on the list that we're able to call them as needed. So the next one you see Christian Simmons. Christian is a teacher for us here at the high school. He is currently our head cross-country coach. We'd like to officially name him our head track coach as well. One of the things you'll notice, it's a 1.5 stipend. We have a head boys track coach and a head girls track coach. If we ever combine it to where we just do one person in charge of both, they get 1.5 stipends instead of 2 separate stipends being paid there on that. So that's why we're approving him for 1.5 stipend and not just for one with everything. Also then, as you start going down through, you see some athletic workers there. Amanda Sabatino, Jessica Pleat, Ryan Horning, Lauren Ronte, Chris Moore, John Petrello, Brandon Weekly. The next one, Adam Hall. So as you guys know, Adam Hall used to coach for us as our assistant middle school principal. Adam wants to be able to still help out, do some youth things, still be involved as he can. But we do that as a volunteer level, meaning not paid. He doesn't have to be at everything, but he's at least board approved when he shows up and go from there. The next one, the next couple here, Tiffany Stanek, Scott Trahey, and Sherry Kimball. So we do not offer gymnastics, we do not offer diving or swimming or anything like that. So when we have student athletes that want to participate in those events, what we do is we work with another school that offers them. So we do have a young lady that would like to be a diver this year, and so she is going to go on the McKinley team, represent Canton South, but we have to approve their coaches as a volunteer coach. Then we pay a rental fee for her ability to use that facility. Same thing you're going to see there with the Louisville Gymnastics. We need to approve there. We have one student, potentially 2 more that may join, that want to do gymnastics through, again, they'll be on the Louisville team, but they'll rep Canton South, and we just have to approve and we'll pay for any rental fees or anything that goes in there. So this is something that's happened in the past, but that's why you see volunteer coaches there. And then the last one, and Dan was in here, Dan DeCouliac, we would like to approve him as a volunteer for the musical. He's been here, he's been working behind the scenes, he's been helping, but by approving him, it's the same as being a volunteer coach. Mr. Knight's a volunteer coach for track for us. It just gives him a little bit more authority. If something would happen and he's the first person on the scene, we have someone that is approved by the Board of Education. He meets all the requirements necessary to do that. So that one there is our, who we'd like to hire or approve as a volunteer. And then the last part of that is our event worker rates. In the past, we paid $35. We'd like to up that to 40 again. Just give people giving up their time. It works out to less than $20 an hour by the time 3 to 4 hours you're there. It's not that much, and we like to take care of them.
Yeah, and so are those the athletic workers, this athletic event worker?
That is correct.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
That is them, and that's just so we can pay them when they show up to take tickets at games
Sure,
or at
yeah.
events or things like that.
Brian, do we have to, have our volunteers, we approve them as volunteers?
I don't believe so, because they don't have a W-2. But to
paid.
get, what's that?
Only paid.
Only paid, but in order to be approved as a volunteer, be around kids, you still have to go through and do all the fingerprinting and everything prior to us being able to do that. So it's not, they don't have to enter the RAP back program, but they do absolutely have to have been fingerprinted, background checked, and everything like that.
Is that 5.5 monitor position that was just posted, is that for Ricky Webster?
That is correct, that's for Ricky
Okay.
Webster, yes, absolutely, yep. And to be very clear, Ricky retired as a parapro.
Yes,
It's
but this
being
is coming
replaced with a
back.
monitor, which is,
Yes.
yep, and you're gonna see that more and more at the high school
Mhm.
only.
Right.
When we put that classification in there, so you're gonna see that more and more at the high school
Right.
only, yep. Very good question.
Brett, is there different, pay scale for non-degree substitute teacher versus a degree?
As of right now, no, we are $125 a day when they come in, we haven't set that. That's why you'll see us do like the 175 if it's someone that's gonna be here more long-term. But no, our pay scale, if you're a sub and you get approved as a sub, it's.
Degreed or non-degree,
If you're degreed or
not
non-degree,
everything.
the same, yes.
Can I get a motion to accept item A, 1, 2, and 3?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second it.
Any questions or concerns? Mr. Schatz will call the roll.
Dr. Knoll?
Aye.
Ms. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Knight?
Aye.
Mr. Kvesky?
Aye.
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
Guys, as we move over to item B, resolutions, and this one, Mr. Kavesky will have it, we do need to do these two separately here. So the first one's a revolution, or not a revolution. It's a revolution, here we go. It's a resolution. So, resolution approving the Ohio School Consortium for purchase of competitive retail electric service. This is our electric supply that we get in. We do this every year. Instead of just going through one provider, we're in a competitive purchasing, we get a lower price. This allows us to continue to be a part of that. So, I'd like to ask that we are recommended in that.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve item B1?
I make a motion that we approve item B1.
Second?
Second.
Any questions or concerns? Mr. Schatz, will you call the roll?
Dr. Knoll?
Aye.
Ms. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Knight?
Aye.
Mr. Kvesky?
Aye.
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
So thank you. Item 2 then, there's a resolution, easy for me to say these words tonight, authorizing the agreement with Vasco Sports Contractors for the Canton South High School track resurfacing project. So I think I put in my last 2 board updates that we are looking at with our permanent improvement dollars that can only be spent on things that improve facilities. Or buy buses, things like that. It can't be, so just to be really clear, and just in case if somebody doesn't know how this works, we get money brought in each year that we can only use on things that improve our facilities, keep them up to date. Very, very fortunate in the fact of our high school being the age that it is, our middle school being the age that it is, and the renovation just happened at Faircrest. Last year, we put this money towards the new tennis courts, which allowed us to get the HVAC facility. This year, what we'd like to do is, our track is in need of repair. I know, Mr. Knight, you're out there on it. And if we don't take care of it, it's not only the look, but also shin splits, things like that for our athletes. So we're there, we're gonna get through this track season, but we'd like to use that money to put in the new track this year. We're gonna look to also, just to be transparent, and you're not approving this at all, this is just transparent right now. We're gonna also look at the stadium lights. We've already had to replace 5 light bulbs out there this spring, or fall sports season alone. If we can get the LED lights, they will last longer, they will be brighter, and as we just talked about energy purchasing, it will save us money over the long run, on our energy bills as well with everything. So I'm not asking you to approve that right now. What we are asking you to approve is to move forward with the track. I did send a picture of another high schools, but it's gonna be red with the gray exchange lanes out there. I think it's gonna make our stadium look really, really nice. And they would start on this, right after we do graduation out there, and the goal being to have it done by the 1st of August, or that first week of August, so we can get everybody back out there ready to go.
Okay.
And what's the lifespan on a track?
About 15, that's where we are right now. We're about 15 years on a track, so.
400,000,
Yep.
15 years,
Mhm.
okay.
Yep, it is, it's one of those things where you really look at it, I know, you're gonna get, we did have the option.
I mean, it makes sense.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
questioning,
no,
yeah.
no, please no, he does that all the time with everything, so, part of this, guys, we looked, there was a more expensive option, because they're gonna tear out the existing track, leave the concrete there, for about another $125,000 to $150,000 more. They could have ripped out all the concrete underneath of it as well. They thought that might buy us 4 to 5 more years lifespan on the track for another $150,000. but it also would have taken up a lot of time, and from the preliminary looking at it, the gentleman didn't think that needed to be done as he looked at what the rest of our concrete out there right now, or asphalt, I'm sorry, but yeah, very good question. So what we're asking is just for the tear up of the existing track, we're putting down the new track all the way around.
Right, can I get a motion to approve item B2?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
Any questions or concerns? Mr. Schatzel, will you call the roll?
Dr. Knoll?
Aye.
Ms. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Knight?
Aye.
Mr. Kvesky?
Aye.
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
All right, so item C, miscellaneous, and again, we can do all three of these together, so just so you know, the first one's transportation in lieu of. Guys, we are responsible for transporting any student that lives in our district to a different school if they choose to go to student. So if they choose to go to a private school somewhere else, we're responsible for doing that. And we do have buses that go to Central Catholic for that. But we can also deem them to be impractical. For example, if we would have a student going to a school in Akron, we could say it's impractical for us to have a bus that goes up there. So every year, we can do a thing where we do payment in lieu of, where at the end of the school year, we pay the families in lieu of transporting them. And that's what we're asking here, is to go ahead and approve that list so that can be taken care of at the end of the year. This is, again, something that happens each and every year, and it's consistent with, with Ohio law. Also then, overnight field trip, Mr. Philo submitted a request for our 8th grade students to travel to Washington, D.C. That will be from May 12th to the 14th. That is a Monday through a Wednesday. A little different than what we've done it in the past. Originally, just in full transparency, this was scheduled and even information was put out to families of it being over graduation. Really weird, but we have 8 sets of siblings that have an 8th grader and a senior going here. We did not want them to miss. So we've moved it to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The kids will miss 3 days of school as opposed to 2. However, this is after state testing. And no offense, I think Mr. Hall and Mr. Knoll will be very glad to have them doing something else for an extra day at that point in time.
That's May.
And that's in May, yes, with everything. And again, I'm so excited. I love, you listen to Abby, what she said, coolest memory, singing down in Nashville. These are the types of things that give kids really positive praise. And the final one, Sunday participation, Beauty and the Beast. We just like that final approval to do that on Sunday as well. Not that any of you will be able to attend because you'll be at Capitol Conference, but Friday night, 2 shows on Saturday. We are hoping to have huge crowds and a lot of fun with our kids there ready to go. And we just ask that we approve that for the Sunday show at 3 p.m.
Friday night tickets.
Yep, awesome.
Can I get a motion to approve item C, 1, 2, and 3?
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
Any questions or concerns? Mr. Schatzel, will you call the roll?
Dr. Knoll?
Aye.
Ms. Brown?
Aye.
Mr. Knight?
Aye.
Mr. Kvesky?
Aye.
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
Okay, informational items, board concerns. If anybody has any questions, you can contact Mr. Yeagley, Mr. Schatzel, or myself. Other business?
Yep, so just you'll see the minutes attached to the Business Advisory Council. I did not make it to that meeting. The next one is tomorrow, and I do have it on my calendar. As long as everything works out, I'll be in attendance there at the Business Advisory Council. I think it's great we keep those lines open between the business world and education. That one's at Massillon, and then those minutes will be on there again. My goal is to start attending more and more of those this year, to be a part of that. Other than that, nothing there.
Are there any questions pertaining to the agenda items or board action?
You guys have any questions? No? All right.
Okay, I make a motion that we go into executive session for the evaluation, compensation, and employment of public employees and matters that are to be kept confidential.
I'll second.
Any questions or concerns? Mr. Schatzel, will you call the roll?
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Knight?
Aye.
Ms. Brown?
Aye.
Dr. Knoll?
Aye.
Mr. Kvesky?
Aye.
Hey guys, we're gonna go into executive session, which means the board's gonna go have conversations. I don't think there's gonna be any action taken when we come back, other than just adjourning the meeting. You are welcome to wait it out for that if you want, or if you wanna go, thank you so much for being here.
We're back in session. I'll make the motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Questions or concerns? Mr. Schatzel, call the roll.
Mr. Kvesky?
Aye.
Dr. Knoll?
Aye.
Ms. Davis?
Aye.
Mr. Knight? Ms. Brown?
Aye.